Welcome to YouTube channel and especially our channel Dr. Vet. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head Veterinary Medicine. My email address is given here. We have already seen tuberculosis part 1 and part 2. The last portion is now tuberculosis part 3. In this we will study diagnosis, differential diagnosis, treatment, prevention and control. The diagnosis of tuberculosis is little bit difficult. It is a chronic disease because there are so many chances of misdiagnosis, false positive, false negative cases also there. But based on clinical science and necropsy findings, both combined together, it is little bit easy to provide diagnosis. We have already seen the clinical science and necropsy findings also. If mastitis caused by tuberculous organism, then palpation of supramammary lymph node is essential for detection of tuberculous mastitis. Commonly, examination of sputum is done in the laboratory and examination of other discharges also by staining with appropriate stain. The other materials collected, sputum is a must. Feces, milk, blood, and tracheal secretions. Laboratory diagnosis is generally provided by microscopic and cultural examination, but you know that the growth of this organism takes a very long time. So cultural examination takes a very long time for providing the diagnosis of tuberculosis. The immediate diagnosis is provided by a famous allergic test, tuberculin test, and the important test is single intradermal test. But here the chances are there that there are false positive and false negative cases are there. But common testing is done by single intradermal test. In this test, a zero point 0.5 ml of PPD, protein purified derivative of tuberculin, is injected intradermally. Skin measurement before and after is taken. Along with that, the inflammatory reaction at the site of injection is also taken into consideration and provided diagnosis based on the difference in enlargement of the measurement hmm, according to standards. The other supportive tests are double intradermal test, Stormont test, short thermal test, comparative test. But most commonly these tests are not carried out. Mostly the single intradermal test is at present more reliable. The another sophisticated tests are gamma interferon assay, ELISA, and PCR. They are more precise for the diagnosis, but again, this requires costly instrument and other facilities. Differential diagnosis. We know that the tuberculosis is a chronic disease. So differentiation from chronic disease of lung and chronic disease of digestive tract and a lymph node is required when there is chronic disease in the animal, the main symptom is emaciation. Then finally, there is cachexia. So this is required to be differentiated. Some of the diseases are mentioned here: lung abscesses, pleurisy, pericarditis, traumatic reticulitis, chronic contagious bovine pleuropneumonia, upper respiratory tract infection, actinobacillosis, bovine ketosis, lymphadenopathy, and mastitis. These diseases are required to be differentiated from the symptoms of tuberculosis. Treatment of tuberculosis. The treatment is same line as human treatment: isonicotinic acid, streptomycin. There is no antibiotic treatment successful in curing the case of tuberculosis. But in animals, generally treatment is not carried out because treatment is very costly. The cost of drug, at the same time the treatment should be continued for a very long time. So cost of treatment is more than the cost of animal. Treatment is very costly. And during this period, because of this chronic disease and long period, there are chances of spread of disease to the other animals as well as human beings. So treatment in animals is generally not carried out. But as a preventive aspect, supportive treatment to enhance the immune response, that can be done, but that is also not much successful. Prevention is better than cure, since there is very tedious and hard disease, a chronic disease. It requires prevention. So all animals over 6 months of age and above should be tested by tuberculin test, because the younger animals below 6 months of age, there are more chances of misdiagnosis by tuberculin test. There are more false positive and negative reactors. On tuberculin testing, especially single intradermal test, the positive reactors should be disposed of according to local legislation, according to local rules and regulations. The suspicious cases of tuberculosis must be retested after a month, not immediately. Retesting is done if the incidence is higher, because there are more number of animals to be culled, that is severe economic loss, and the replacement stock may not be available. So retesting should be done in 45 to 60 days after desensitization of the first intradermal injection test done in the animal. So retesting should not be done uh, before a month after the first dating, or say 45 to 60 days if incidences are very higher in particular farm or particular area. to keep the incidences very low and to prevent the disease and to control the disease. Annual testing, annual testing of all cattle is more advisable because every year the clinician remove the reactors. So disease is kept at a minimum level. The suspected animal should be under quarantine period. Here the quarantine period is very long because it is a chronic disease. In an area, identification of individual and wildlife is again a creating the problem in controlling and prevention of disease because it is difficult to control this disease in wild animals because wild animals remain in forest and it is difficult to approach them. So wildlife act as a reservoir of the infection and continuously sharing tuberculosis to our domestic animals. BCG vaccination is available for cow food vaccination, but vaccinated animals react positive to skin test. So generally, BCG vaccination is also not carried out in calf. It will interfere with the testing program and unnecessary puzzle is there because of the positive skin test. The wise step is accredited area setup. All cattle in infected area are tested annually regularly and reactors are removed and monitored until next generation offspring that become free from infection by test. But this accredited area setup require a intensive program. It should be given proper attention. Then and then we can reduce the incidences almost nil in a particular area. Control of tuberculosis, since this is very chronic disease, control is also bit difficult. Isolation of the infected animal and intensive disinfection of utensils with 5% hot phenol and cresol to protect the cows. Feeding of cows with milk free from infection. Testing programs will be carried out and cull the infected according to the local legislation. Education to the public is very important about significance of this disease in cattle, at the same time significance of this disease in human being also. It is a zoonotic disease, very tedious disease, very difficult to remove this disease from the environment. Respected doctors, you have observed this Dr. Ved channel, requested to share to as many as possible to give knowledge to the other veterinarians, requested to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for observing this channel.